From shortwave radio, this is Truth by Galt. My name is John Galt. One year ago, I was abducted at the border while crossing from Aztlan into the United Canadian American States. I was caught with a suitcase full of designer drugs and a cyberdeck chock full of security protocols for the Shiawase Corporation. 3 days into a narcotic-fueled binge, I thought it would be a boon on my ratings to live stream my border crossing. I'm sure the video still exists online, if only to haunt me for the rest of my days. Me panicked and sweating as the light rail approached the border station. Getting caught doing a bump of Nova Coke in the restroom by a conductor, trying to lie to a security guard about being a licensed physician, getting handcuffed and locked in a security car, slipping the handcuffs of the transit authority, hacking the door, stumbling through the train car as the nano-paste disguise melted off my face, before finally being tased and thrown in a prison cell, where I spent my 36th birthday. But you already know this. Or you're my mom, and this is a shocking and sad revelation as to why your third favorite child stopped calling. You know that I disappeared into some corporate gulag. You probably assumed that I was dead or dying behind bars, never to be heard from again. You probably assume now that I'm going to tell you how I survived and got back online broadcasting. But you'd be wrong. This isn't my story. This is the story of the 4 people who helped me escape. This is a story of 5 criminals who defied circumstance, beat the odds, and became a force to be reckoned with. This is Crit Squad.
I am the Turk. You are in my shop.
Ben takes off his pirate hat out of respect.
It's very polite. Yeah, so here's the thing. I was told you can help us with a safe house and maybe some temporary how do you call it? Identification, alternate identification.
We need a fake sin, at least.
Stop. Tell me, what is the story here?
Wait, you mean like, when my mommy and daddy fell in love and then tossed me in a dumpster like that, or like?
Oh,
now, why do you need a safe house? Are you hunted by something? Are you wanted by someone else?
We were okay.
You've given me a name, and it is a name I respect. But what am I walking into here? I need information.
Galt, do you have can you do a quick edit and show him the video?
Just give me a second, man. I haven't edited this footage yet. It's all raw data. And then I'm just gonna real quick splice together just the demo, the previously on footage of here are just the highlights of what it is that we dealt with just as a reel, and I just submit it to him. I'm like, this. Oh. I also put a watermark on it so that I know who has it.
Oh, you escaped from Shiawase.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we got some criminal sins we could use burned out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We theoretically have a person who can handle that for us. However, we would like to have some fake sins for the time being.
And a place to lay low for at least, 2 weeks until the chick shows up?
Yeah, that's
great.
I can arrange that. You have burned all the tags on your clothes. The things you grabbed from Shiawase, they all had tags. I mean, they wouldn't just let prisoners out and running free. Well, they're going to track you, right?
Well, we had some bombs in our brain.
Yes, and they're going to have redundancies, of course.
Oh.
You didn't do that.
Well, I mean, they're at the dry cleaners right now.
Hold on. And he marches back into a back room, comes back with a laundry basket. Everything in here.
What, right in front of them? Like now?
Now, yes. Guns, comlinks, anything that you had from the prison, put it in here now.
And we can come back later with the rest of our crap.
Where did you?
It's called dry cleaning. It's owned by Heidi.
I will have it returned here, scrubbed free of tags, but you really need to be careful about this. Shiawase most likely knows that you came to Heidelberg.
Whoops.
With their marketing and forecasting group, they most likely have an algorithm already being placed together to tell where you're going to go.
Wow, I guess we killed those gooey guys for nothing. Also, that money's probably not coming in. 2 corporations want our heads.
I have a safe house for you. You can stay for the month. We'll get you things. You need criminal sins gone. I have a connection, my friend Sergey. He has a job coming up. If you do that for him, he will erase your sins. He is Vori. You know you can trust the Vori because they don't work with any authority.
That is true.
Sounds legit.
My other question, I had a cyber deck, and I'm a little bit, I'm fairly good at technology, but if I had a cyber deck, if you were able to hook me up with one of those, I could probably do some
Sure,
really
as
great
soon as you
things for
buy me a Eurowin 3000, I will give you a cyber deck, okay?
Hey, Galt.
Oh, well.
Hey, Galt, can you stop spending all my favors?
Hey, you're the one who offered this favor up.
I didn't know. I didn't agree to what getting a cyber deck was gonna.
Well.
We need a safe house. That's what we need. We need a safe house.
Yes,
All
I have
right.
a safe house outside of town. I can meet you there. I understand that it's dangerous to walk downtown without any sins. That is why I maintain my shop here. It seems more legitimate, makes it easier to launder money, as well as it keeps the low-level scum out.
All right, so maybe we do this burn thing.
Sounds good. But first, I would like a shower.
Yes, at the safe house there is a shower.
Yes.
2-bedroom apartment. Little unsafe, but it's okay. No one will look for you there.
That's fine. We're a little unsafe.
Oh, God, I'm bleeding.
He gives you the address of the safe house and calls you a taxi.
A gypsy cab.
Hey, you're a class act, Turk.
Yes. I will contact you in 3 weeks.
Milligram gives the Turk a hug.
That's not necessary. Is there a reason for the outfits, by the way? I understand the vampire it is the Balde vampire. The banana? The Napoleon?
It's a pirate.
Pirate.
Yeah, I mean, I got it at a thrift shop, but it's definitely a pirate outfit. I thought this was like Halloween.
Halloween, but only vampires.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, that's,
There's nuance.
you know, I'm my own man. I kind of go.
notice.
I kind of go with whatever thought immediately comes into my mind, and I thought pirate.
Milligram starts doing the peanut butter jelly dance, like half-heartedly, and is looking at the Turk like, right?
I give a little
You know?
nod.
No.
Hey,
Stop.
listen,
Milligram
if you,
stops.
if you ever need a mild psychotic, mild to extreme, look up True Patriot. I would love to work for you again, buddy.
True patriot. Very good. I will keep that in mind. The taxi is outside. We'll take you to the safe house. You will have time there to recuperate.
Fantastic.
Good.
Cool.
In an effort to learn more about my new de facto teammates, it seemed the easiest place to start by searching for Ben Gable, the true patriot. I had information about his work history, as he won't shut up about Coffee Corp, in addition to knowing that he's from the UCAS, presumably New York City. It didn't take long for me to find the headline.
In broad daylight, barista murders high-level Shiawase corporate executive.
The article links to a security feed from the location. It's that bird's eye footage that makes everything seem just a little more surreal than perhaps it is. A line of customers awaiting soy lattes and breakfast sandwiches. The place is packed, and there's Ben Gable slinging coffee and smiling violently at every passerby. A man in a suit approaches the counter. There's a handful of words exchanged between the two of them. And then, Ben Gable reaches under his apron, draws a gun, and shoots. Panic and chaos ensue. The footage ends cryptically with Ben Gable looking up into the security camera. His smile wiped off his face, his hollow stare moving through the camera into your very soul. When I found Ben Gable, he was on an air mattress in the living room of our safe house. To be clear, I had no idea where he had procured this air mattress or why it was half deflated on the living room floor. But it was clear that he'd been drinking. We've all been drinking. Probably for weeks at this point.
I'm good and drunk. Because we had 3 weeks off.
That's true. I have also just been kind of fucking getting super shit-faced every single day as well.
John, what is it like that Nothing you see is private. Like, nothing.
It's a little exhausting, if I'm going to be quite honest. Mostly because everyone is... Okay, so imagine if you could see everyone naked.
Okay. Nice.
Right. It's very fun.
You have a very flattering figure, John.
Thank you. It's really fun and interesting for the first day or two of that experiment, but the novelty does quickly wear off. And mostly you just see the weird folds and wrinkles that are hidden beneath people's clothes, and it just becomes embarrassing. So I did some research into you.
Aw?
Yes. I mean, it was a very preliminary search, but I found...
What do you mean research into me? I mean, you haven't asked me anything.
Well, I say research because I like to know the people that I'm dealing with. If we're going to be committing crimes together, as it were, shadow running shadows. I don't know what the hip slang is for it other than shadow running. If we're going to be doing this together, I want to know the people that I'm working with. And so I did some research on you. And apparently, you're a murderer?
Pah!
You shot a man in the face.
Yeah, I had my reasons. I mean, I played a lot of VR games, like, for the last week before that, and I've been really into it, but that's not why.
Did you think it was a game?
No. This didn't have anything to do with the game, okay? The guy really had it coming. Man, he comes in my house. What? Why you gotta bring this up, okay? You're a real fucking buzzkill, okay?
I'm sorry. Would you care for some Nova Coke? Would that make this...
Well, I mean, if you're gonna... Okay. Well, since you asked... Now imagine for a second. Imagine a scenario in your John Galt brain, okay? You got it, John Galt?
Yes.
Okay, now imagine that the one thing that makes you feel really good and makes your hands stop shaking and quiets everything down is making a nice, fine cup of soy cafe just right, just the right temperature with the right amount of cream and a pretty little stencil on the top and you feel good. Okay? So you're doing that day in, day out and it makes you feel calm and normal like every fucking sheep in the world. Okay? Okay? And then some guy in a big suit walks in. Just the fanciest suit you've ever seen in your life. And he walks up to your counter and he goes up and he asks you who's just making your coffee. He says, "Do you like making coffee?" And you say, "Fucking boy, howdy, fuck yeah, I do." And he says, "You're a stinking piece of filth. You're a sheep and you have nothing. And when I buy Coffee Corp, when Shiwase buys Coffee Corp, I'm gonna make sure you get put out of business because you have nothing. And beyond that, I will own every person here." And then he pulls out a piece in the middle of fucking Coffee Corp, in the middle of your home. He pulls out a piece and points it at some lady sitting at a table. And he says, "I could pull this trigger and nothing would happen. You know why? Because I have more power than you. And everyone here, and you have nothing." So I said, you know what? When I was just a little kid, I wanted to be a corporate boss and sit in a big chair. Just like you, buddy. And then I pulled my 6-gun out from beneath my green apron, and I drilled him in the head 3 times, and I said, "I bought the chair at a yard sale! And I have everything I want." And then I realized the gun had gone off 3 times, and I had to go to jail.
Oh.
I had been shadow running the past weekend, and I kinda... You know, if you hadn't noticed, get a little bit trigger happy sometimes when I'm working, and sometimes when you're working one job, you're working 2 jobs, the 2 bleed over, and then you have problems. Anyway, what else you want to know, Johnny? I'm warm. Are you warm? I'm warm. I could use a cup of soy cafe. How about you? I feel better when I'm making soy cafe.
Yeah. Could you make me a tall, no-foam, extra whip cappuccino?
Yes, what would you like for a stencil on the top?
Dealer's choice.
Done.
All right. So yeah, everyone's hanging out in the in your safe house, and a group text message comes through from the Turk saying Sergey is ready to meet you guys tomorrow afternoon. Show up at the shop at 2:00.
All right.
You mean we finally get to go somewhere and I can do more than just skateboard inside the apartment?
You shouldn't have been doing that in the first place.
We're never fucking getting our deposit on this place back.
We didn't really pay a deposit, though. But I understand.
You
what
didn't? Oh, shit.
You paid a deposit?
To who?
To who?
Listen, I don't want to talk. He was a guy. He looked like he worked here, and I don't know why I just did Ben Gable's voice.
I've never...
We've been trapped inside for too long with each other.
Hey, Sasha.
What?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
That sounds like a reference, and I don't
What?
I don't watch TV, so
It's about ghouls.
fuck you.
That's hilarious. Fine. I mean, we have been interacting with each other too much, though. I'm very excited to get out of this apartment. You're all lovely people, but I hate all of you.
Grinding on the bunk. Ah!
Would you... All right.
So we gotta get to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick flip. Ah! Oh.
Gable.
Stop doing...
Maybe backpack that one. Just like use your little
Oh,
feetsies.
I backpacked it all right.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right.
You're one med kit in the hole right now. I'm not using another one to fix that shit.
Yeah, no offense, buddy, but that's on you.
My next search was trickier. Sasha Stone had seemingly no digital footprint going back about 8 years. However, he is a Kuborakuru, a metavariant species of dwarf primarily native to Japan. I know this because I wrote a story about how the Japanese government refused to address its racial and cultural oppression of the dwarfs about 5 years ago. I knew that Sasha was from Brooklyn or thereabouts based on his accent, and was thus able to narrow my search to an article going back about 22 years, about a Kuborakuru child adopted by a nice couple, a human male and an elvish woman. In the photo, the man beams, his ears gauged from what I can only imagine is another more chaotic past life. And the elvish woman, a striking portrait of the early 2050s hipster. She's got the good-natured smile and world-weary gaze of someone born to own and operate her own cafe/art gallery. The photos of their family are absolutely idyllic. Sundays in the park, learning to ride a bike, field trips, picnics. I'll admit, I fell down quite a hole while scanning their archived social media. At 15, everything changes. Sasha's father dies. It's unclear in the death certificate, but the coroner's report suggests that there might have been a drug overdose. His mother, on that same day, vanishes. A missing persons report and local surveillance footage show her leaving the coffee court branch she managed, getting into an unmarked black sedan, and then nothing. Digital silence. In the wake of this, things get difficult for Sasha. A corporate lockout is issued on his home. Then an incident report is filed at the coffee corp his mother managed. Disorderly conduct. Presumably that of a child grieving a lost parent. The details are fuzzy, though, which usually means that something is being suppressed. In the story of Sasha, it's also important to acknowledge a mysterious figure for whom I was able to find no information. Alistair Valiente, a man who'd bargained for our hospitality with the Turk, a man who'd basically saved our lives. I'd have to ask Sasha about him. I found Sasha at the gun range. Milligram was in tow, idling like a parked car.
So John Galt is like visibly, awkwardly uncomfortable at the fact that he's at a shooting range. He's sort of very tense and alarmed at all of the shooting. And like you see him sort of touch a thing on the side of his head and sort of dial down the volume for his cyber ears, just because this is very, very loud. These guns are really they're fucking with the microphones in my head.
Sasha. Sasha.
He taps Sasha gently on the shoulder twice.
Jesus! Fuck! What?
And then throws his hands up defensively.
Sasha does not whip around and point his gun at you because that's what amateurs do. What do you say? You really think it's a good fucking idea walking up on someone actively shooting a pistol and tapping them on the shoulder when they don't know you're there?
I don't really know the etiquette.
Okay, it's a bad idea. Recommend against it.
Okay,
1 star.
What is?
Would not revisit.
That's a great reference that you just made. But what specifically is the etiquette, if you don't mind me asking?
Don't come to a shooting range if you don't intend to shoot some stuff.
Well, you've been here for the entirety of this time.
I got shit to do.
Which is shoot guns all day?
Yes.
This feels like a waste of bullets. As a resource expenditure, it seems not exactly the most pragmatic.
Next time I save your life, we'll talk about whether or not it was pragmatic. Cool?
I suppose that's correct.
Okay.
I saw a photo of your mother.
Sasha stopped firing, but he's still in firing position, and he's not saying anything.
She's very beautiful, if you don't mind me saying. I don't mean that in a I want to fuck your mom kind of way. I just mean she seems like a very lovely woman. I'm sorry about your dad as well, for what it's worth. My father also didn't make it. But
I don't know what the fuck you came here for, and he starts packing up his pistols in like their cases and putting his shit away like he's gonna leave.
This is clearly important to you, and I want for there to be no secrets between us.
No secrets.
I can't trust you people if I don't know who you are.
I'm supposed to fucking trust you if you just go digging up pictures of my fucking family?
I did it for everyone. It's not just you.
Great. So no one can trust you.
I can't trust any of you either. That seems like a two-way street, my friend. And also, this is
Only
very
one
public
of us
information.
went around Googling people behind their backs.
Who's Alistair?
Fucking shit. You don't have anything else to do you?
Milligram's noticing that Sasha's getting agitated, and so now he's like shooing John Galt away. He's like, weapons demonstration, not the best place for a conversation.
That's a very astute observation. We're going to have to talk about this sometime, Sasha.
Fine, buy me a fucking beer and I'll tell you. God damn it. And he's just kind of walking down the street.
John Galt just follows Sasha.
If you were to follow him, you would find him sitting on a park bench in the indie moviest of fashions.
John Galt, in this time, has stopped at what I only assume exists, but a beer cart, and grabs 3 cups of beer. And hands one to Milligram, and then sits down next to Sasha and passes him the beer.
Sasha takes it quietly and takes a sip, like leaning forward, hands on his knees, like, fuck, man.
I didn't mean to betray your trust.
I mean, you could just fucking ask. Like, without being a dick about it, you could just fucking ask.
I don't understand people. By which I mean, I understand them quite well. And in my experience, if you ask people for information, they're not usually the most forthcoming with providing.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're always recording, and that's a well-known fact.
That is true.
That's sort of like a made your own bed, now you're laying in it kind of thing, isn't it?
That's true.
Okay. What'd you find out about Alistair?
Oh, I don't know anything about Alistair. That's why I'm asking you. I know that he's the reason why we're here and why we have a place to stay. If I don't need to know more, then I don't need to know more, and I'll trust you with that. But I need you to know that I do trust you.
It's about 8 years ago. Mom's making soy calf. You know, lattes for assholes all day. But she fucking loves it. Like, it's her thing. Like some people make sandwiches, right? Other people can make a cup of coffee, even if it's not, coffee.
Oh, yes, I'm aware of that as a phenomenon. Some people who it calms the terrible parts of their conscious.
So she's doing that. One day, this guy walks in. I'm not there. And it's the last time anyone ever sees my mom. I was 15 fucking years old. She disappears. Okay.
That's rough.
And not long after, this Alistair fella shows up. Says he wants to train me, says he knows my mom. Well, I still don't know where she is, and he's been in the picture for 8 years. And I'm pretty certain he's the reason she's gone. And I'm pretty certain I'm gonna fucking kill him.
It's good to know. Thank you for that. My dad died when I was 15 as well.
Great.
I know empathy's not your thing, but
Do you want a hug? Is that what you want? Milligram, give him a hug.
Milligram pours his beer on John Galt.
well, great talk.
See you later.
And he just gets up and walks off.
So you guys are hanging out in the waiting area of the barbershop when you see what can only be Sergey walking in. He's got a thick fur coat on, 2 thugs showing some serious chrome, and he gives you guys a once-over look. So, this is the group that wants their sins removed. Looks like a bunch of crazies.
I give him a wave and a smile.
Is that a Jolly Roger?
I mean, it's not so jolly. It's fucking flicking you off. I'll put my flag away.
Wait, is this dude speaking English?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm not wearing the flag kini right now. I'm back in my Eurotrash wear.
Okay.
Milligram is still wearing the banana, though.
Okay.
This is the group.
Yes.
So it would appear.
It is us, the group.
We're them, they're us.
They are we.
Very well.
Hello.
So what is the job that we will be undertaking as hardened criminal shadow runners?
The job is very simple. There is a shipment that I would like intercepted and delivered to my people. It is coming out of the AG Chemi facility.
AG Chemi facility. Where is that? I know because I'm familiar with this place and its customs. But how about you explain for the rest of my party?
The shipment will be coming out of the Solvay facility on Harbigweg. So it's just a shipment of chemicals that we would like to use. We can provide you with a truck for use in this mission. Has a Faraday cage built on the inside to stop any sort of tracking.
Cool.
The shipment we're looking at right now is due out of the facility at 12:45 p.m. Thursday.
12:45 p.m. Thursday, so in the middle of the day.
Yes. The plan, it should be very simple. Once you pick up the cargo, you only have to get across the Nakar River. That puts you into FPV territory. You are outside of AG Chemi's extraterritoriality. They can no longer track you. The security is not allowed to go past the bridge.
So we get past the bridge in our special
All
truck.
clear. All safe.
You promise?
Promise.
$14 milligrams was difficult to track down. We call him 14 milligrams because that's how he responds to questions about his identity. I assume this is some form of dysphagia. A preliminary search of Milligram in relation to Mr. Stone yielded no results, which I suspect is because their connection came about sometime in the 8 unaccounted for years of Sasha's life. I cornered Milligram in the shower because mostly I wanted to talk to him out of the context of Sasha. Millie is not particularly prolific with words, but I was certain that if prompted, he would provide some semblance of a story, some clues to his past. Milligram?
He looks up over like the shower.
It's
the
one of those like low shower
divider.
curtains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Continue showering.
John Galt goes and just sits on the toilet. He puts the seat down. So I'm trying to do some research on all of our party, and I haven't really been able to find much on you. I don't know how to ask this delicately, but do you remember anything other than 14 milligrams?
In Youth City, Kiev, I work in the coffee shop. Make best macchiato.
There is a very disturbing theme emerging in all of this. So, you're from Kiev?
He hands you the soap that he was using.
Thank you. Jean Galt holds it very delicately. How long have you known Sasha?
Sasha, best friend.
But how long have you known him?
He puts his hand back out, indicating he wants the soap back.
Jean Galt very delicately hands you back the soap.
Millie hands you the shampoo bottle.
Jean Galt holds it. So, this is a rather inspired talk. Oh God, this is going to be terrible tape.
Milligram opens a shower curtain. He's totally naked. He's just staring at you, and then he looks at the towel to your left.
Jean Galt puts the shampoo on the back of the toilet and then grabs the towel and hands it to you.
He hands it back to you and then turns around.
Oh. Well, great talk. Great talk, friend. Jean Galt just kind of closes the door, more confused than ever.
So, geographically, so you guys can picture this, the barbershop is on the shore of the Nakar River. Mm-hmm. The AG Chemi facility is on the same side of the river as the barbershop. You will be driving north.
Oh, okay. So heist performed in the territory we're in, then we leave the territory to complete it.
Yes.
And therefore will be unlikely to be able to return.
It's the equivalent of crossing the Mexican border to escape U.S. patrols.
What was the name of the border?
The Nakar River.
And then we're moving into...
FBV territory. It's a bank. They own that territory on the north side of Heidelberg.
We're stealing chemicals? How many drums, I assume, because I assume that it's drums.
Yes.
Or is it like a vial?
As many as you can get.
Ew.
Is it like compensation commensurate with the amount of barrels, or what? You just want some of it?
Are you asking to half-ass the job?
Horse in the mouth.
No,
Nah, we're just asking what the deal is, sweet cheeks.
The deal is you get me as much of this chemical as you can, and I will erase your criminal sins off the global registry.
I feel like we're asking perhaps the wrong brands of questions.
Well, it seems a little bit more like it's not. Well, I got confused. It seems like he doesn't care about the amount, but really it seems like you just want as much as possible.
Yes.
Okay. What does it do?
I don't.
It is an ingredient in drug manufacture.
Oh, that's probably whatever. I guess this is my life now.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, the shipping tracking number is 000621.
They haven't been in business long.
Is that FedEx or...
No, they deliver through their own trucking companies.
Do we know the route at which they'll be taking? So we're to intercept them on Hobbigwig?
Yes.
All right.
I do not know their intended destination. I do not care.
That's fair.
But they'll be taking
the shipment of chemicals that I would like.
They have it. We take it.
We get our criminal sins erased by doing something criminal.
Well, that's life.
It's very fitting.
That is, Sergey, you're nothing if not a poet.
At least you understand the strange existential situation that we're in. So we're just breaking into the plant then?
However, works for you. That is not my job. That is your specialty.
Smash.
Yes.
Smash,
that is our
grab.
specialty. That is a specialty that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as seasoned Shadowrunners. That's a thing that we're very adept at. Oh, God.
Oh, I need some chrome-colored spray paint.
Is that a reference?
That sounds like a reference. I don't know. Like it.
Don't worry about it, guys.
Okay.
It'll all work out in the end. Let's do this.
Cool. It's fun. So...
Where's the truck? I want to drive it.
I'm gonna suggest that literally anybody else
Hold
does.
on. I can't drive. Fucking. Now I can drive. I can drive real good.
Can you do that in the bathroom
do
or
you do
something
that?
where we don't have to watch it happen?
Why do you do that in front of people? My
I
God.
forgot how to speak Japanese.
But you can speak German, right?
Oh, now I can pilot.
Good.
That's at least something.
Hey,
well...
hey, can you erase our sins and get us a German ship? Come on, that's a good deal if we get you a shitload.
For a shitload, as you say.
Nice. Let's get a shitload, guys.
Okay, we'll get a. I don't know what the conversion rate is on that or anything, but we'll try.
I assume
For you, buddy.
a metric shitload.
A metric-
is
not an
more
imperial
than
shitload?
An imperial shitload.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So just to be clear,
Are we being given a truck to start off, or are we going to...
I believe
You are being provided a truck. What you do with it is up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right. Well, Sergey, I suppose we'll see you on the north side of the Neckar River.
He and his thugs exit the shop, and you guys return back to your safe house.
I didn't know what to expect from a search on the orc woman we call Baldy. I did a facial recognition scan, which went to work scrubbing the matrix for any information about this ghost of a woman. It was a full 2 weeks before I got the first hit on any of my searches. The first piece of information I got was that there was no information. The woman is sinless, which in itself is an important piece of data. The second thing I found was a photo from a tarmac of a private airstrip. Based on the metadata, I presume the airstrip is in Russia, although metadata can sometimes be unreliable. The focus of the photo is this regal woman in a stunning white linen pantsuit. In the photo, she's looking down, scanning a document off a tablet an attendant is holding for her. She brushes her hair out of her face. At first, I'm transfixed by the glamour of this candid photo that I almost miss a figure standing just at the edge of frame. About 2 meters behind the woman, dressed in all black, whispering into a comm as she scans the tarmac. There is Baldy, her brow furrowed in the same worried concentration she gets whenever Ben Gable speaks. This woman in a pantsuit, I learn, is Mikuru Kuragami. I scan through countless corporate portraits and see her face iterated over and over again. She has the same disinterested stare that you see in high fashion models, which is only jarring in a sea of corporate faces that usually range from cult-like delirium to soulless automaton. In every photo, it's clear she isn't in the room for the posterity of a photo, and in every photo, without fail, always about 2 meters behind, there's Baldy. She's standing at attention. She's scanning the room. Over and over again, going back about 6 years, Baldy appears just at the edge of this woman's life. Just close enough to rush in, just far enough to create the illusion of independence. As I am about to make a note of contacting Mikuru, I see the article. In Vladivostok, Russia, murder, a grisly crime scene. In that same white linen pantsuit. It's not photographed, but the article has the description of an orc woman found unconscious at the crime scene. There's some shoddy journalism here, I must mention. The kind that you usually see in only very good propaganda. The kind that points without making any actual accusation. There's an implication of murder on the part of the orc, but the article never explicitly says as much. It's the comment section of this piece that proves to be a literal treasure trove of data. Most journalists don't bother with it, but I find the garbage commenters' posts deeply illuminating. There are adverts and condolences, to be sure, but more interesting, there's conspiracy and rumor. Rumors of an executive placing a live bounty for Mikuru Kuragami, a conspiracy involving the Shiawase Corporation. Rumors of the involvement of a Unit 731. When I find Baldy, she's on the roof of our safe house. She's got that 1,000-mile stare that I only really see in moments where it's actually quiet. I approach.
Baldy.
Yes.
You don't remember anything about your past, do you?
No. Not really.
Do you remember Mirakuru Kuragami?
No, that does not sound familiar to me. Why?
I'm not sure if I should show you. I've done research.
Did you find something?
I might have found something.
What did you find?
Uh,
Please, I need to know something. I can't take not knowing anything.
I don't... John Galt shows Baldy one of the photos of her and the executive. It appears as though you are some sort of a security person for this woman.
I don't know who this is, but...
It looks like you, doesn't it? I mean, I don't want to assume that it is you, but...
It does look like me. Baldy takes a second because this is the first thing she's seen since waking up in a room not remembering anything. She starts to tear up a little bit. Like, trying real hard to kind of hold it in and look kind of tough, but like her eyes get watery and she can't speak for a minute.
John Galt puts his arm on her shoulder. Do you want me to keep looking? Is my question.
Yes.
I know that this is important to you, your identity, but if I find anything that might hurt you, do you still want to know?
Yes. I need to know why I'm here. I need to have a reason that this happened to me. And if that means that I have done something terrible or that I am not the person that I maybe hope that I was, I would rather know than go through my life not knowing the real me. If you find anything else, please tell me, please let me know. I need some direction to go in. I can't just keep going on with nothing. You all have reasons to be here, to be searching for things, to be escaping, and I don't have anything. I am happy to work with you all. I consider you all friends of a sort, but I have no reason to continue onwards if I don't know who I am.
I'll do what I can.
She puts her hand over your hand and gives your hand a squeeze. Thank you.
This is Truth by Galt. My name is John Galt. This is Crit Squad.
Shortwave Radio. Enjoy yourself.